Hello and welcome to 2119 to 2121 Utah. This is a two-family double building, which is two townhomes with a spine wall between the two. You can look up here at the top and see that little middle brick pillar between the two doors. That means that this one, like some of the others I've shown, does have a wall that completely separates the two units from each other. Looking at the front, we have quite a few nice little details here. We have the arched windows on either side, which have been mirrored by the double arched doorway. And yes, there are four doors, which means that once upon a time, this was a four-family, a four shotgun type apartments. You look at the front too, you can see there's three different types of brick. Up at the top, we have a decorative motif with glazed white brick. Then obviously the St. Louis red. Coming down, I love these archways. And at the bottom, we have kind of a brown glazed brick, which are all very typical of St. Louis. Zooming back out here, I also like the corbels on the top, the rain gutter, which isn't really a rain gutter because the water on these buildings runs to the back, not to the front. So coming around, we'll check out 2119 first. You can see this door on the left used to be a door, but it looks nice now that it's just been made into like a paneled wall. And we come into the front room. Coming inside, we have nice high ceilings. Here's the inside of that arched window. Beadboard around the edges and a nice original, not a fireplace. So it was a fireplace at one time, isn't now. It's tiled. I'm not sure if that's original tiling. I'm leaning to the fact it's probably something that was done later, but I've been wrong before. Mantle, maybe not original either. Could be, or could have been a reproduction or one added from architectural salvage, which happens a lot here in St. Louis. We sometimes get things that are a period to the house, but not original to that particular property. Coming through, we have this room, which is a good office. See, they have a data connection there. And then the main floor bedroom. And I want you to pay attention to this as we go upstairs, because when we think about ways that you could actually adapt this house as well, there's some interesting ideas too. It's perfectly functional layout as it is, but it could be adapted. So main floor bedroom, not a bad size for an extra room. Bathroom. Tiled shower. Vanity and toilet. And then a nice eat-in kitchen with a built-in breakfast bar. Quartz worktop on this side. Again, it's perfectly functional as is, but this neighborhood being Benton Park, you could upgrade it to a more luxury kitchen design, and that wouldn't be out of place here either. Especially, as I said, if you're thinking about possibly splitting these up and condoing them. We also have a backyard. The backyard right now is a blank slate. You can see we have each unit has its own deck. There's parking at the rear, and it would be a good idea, if you're wanting to kick things up a notch, to add one of these city carports like the neighbor has over there, and I've shown in some of my other videos. So that would be a good way to add covered secured parking. In the meantime, we have a parking pad, which is good size for two vehicles on each side. And the street parking isn't bad on this street either. So it's not chock-a-block full of cars one against the other, so you won't get a parking space. And again, So as we look through it, you can see the top of that wall, which divides both units into individual houses. We have a split air conditioning system with 2 furnaces, 2 AC. Coming back inside the kitchen. Get it from another angle here. And we have a couple interesting things as well. We have a cedar closet, which is also used as the pipe run to the upstairs, because of course a solid brick building can't have pipes going through it. We come back up. So presently, it's laid out with a second reception room or family room here. And someone just used a couple extra cabinets and a piece of countertop to make this bar area. That is just furniture, so it can be removed if it's not what you want to have there. So that's not a permanent fixture. I have the front bedroom. Closet in there. And so remember what I was saying about thinking about the room downstairs? That is underneath this section right here. So if you wanted, you could put up a wall and create a floor plan similar to the other floor, so that way you could actually have a 4-bedroom property if so desired. Have an upstairs bathroom here. Bathtub, again, perfectly functional. Could also be zhuzhed up if so desired. And that's the laundry room for this unit. Turn on the flash here because that light bulb isn't working. And there's a second furnace as well. So it's nice if that's upstairs. And then we have the rear bedroom. So this is bedroom 3. And part of the history of it being a 4-family, you can see here, this closet isn't just a closet, it's also a staircase to the back. You know, so you may decide that you'd rather wall that off, make it into a bigger pantry for the basement maybe, or for the downstairs floor, the kitchen, and then make this into a larger closet as well. That would be a good use of that. We have another basic closet here, as well as our own owner's porch. So we have trees. So it's that time of coming out of spring when trees have pooped on everything, but that's the price we pay for the shade they provide and the air we breathe. Coming back around. Check out the basement real quick. So this is built in 1911, and that was really in the era when basements weren't a thing. You'll see when we get down there, it's not a basement that you'd probably you'd think about finishing. Now I've seen people do it, but it's a bigger job because the ceiling's a little bit lower, and you could maybe make a room in the front. You'll see that next door, that's what was done, to make a laundry room in the front of the basement, but it's perfectly fine. This is the way that houses were built at this time. Again, one of the furnace units there, water heater. There's an extra washer and dryer hookup here. Electrical panels at the back. and of course a walkout. And again, this wall is a dividing wall firewall so that both units can be considered separate freestanding properties. They do not share a roof. Nothing connects between the two. That wall goes from the ground to the sky, so there's nothing that ties the two units together. Or nothing shared, common, I mean. Let me say that in a better way. All right, so coming next door. All right, so this unit just had a tenant move out, but it has some nice features and a nice look to it as well. So this is vinyl plank flooring, similar window to next door, but a different fireplace design. This, I'm going to say, is definitely modern stone. Looks like travertine pattern. But it does have one of these cast iron fire grate inserts. Those are always cool, especially when they're in nice condition like that. Coming through, you can see this one they've sacrificed some of that middle hallway area to make a much nicer sized second bedroom. And again, you could either keep this way, or you could open it up and make it into a dining room, for instance, so you'd have a formal dining or second living room. Should be another way to use the space well. Have a bathroom in here. Similar situation to the one next door. Toilet and vanity. And a slightly different take on the kitchen. So we have a full bar that wraps around this way. It's at bar height rather than counter height. Dark cabinets. Again, it's perfect for a rental right now. Could be upgraded. And then we do also have out back another yard with the same parking that we saw at the other unit. Coming back around, I'll show the basement here first. So on this one, we do have it's a laundry room. A somewhat finished room, one could say, at the front. So they've made this into a really nice laundry room. The ceiling is only about 6'3", 6'4" maybe, so it's not high. And then in the back, we have the typical basement area, furnace, water heater, electrical panels, etc. So these do have 2 panels per unit, but that was kept just so that they have one service but 2 panels, so you're not paying 2 electrical bills per house, because that would just be silly. And it would be giving Ameren more money than they need, because none of us want to give them any more money than they're going to take from us anyway. Coming upstairs, I like the way in this unit the brick has been retained in this section, giving just a little bit of a feature wall. We have the front bedroom here. This is the exact mirror of the one in the other unit. And again, another wall could be put up between this hallway and room if we wanted to make a third bedroom, or convert the downstairs into a dining room and keep that. Second bathroom. And we have the rear bedroom here. So again, this is the same as the other rear bedroom. And there's so much potential here in this building, and it's a great opportunity to, like I say, either live for free and let your tenant pay your rent or pay your mortgage, or, you know, so many different opportunities. You could even upgrade and then sell off one half and live completely mortgage free without having to deal with the hassle of renting. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. And if there's any other types of properties you'd like to see, let us know. Thank you.